Hello, I am Keely.
And I'm Feely.
And we are the Happy Hobbits here making a special video because...
It is our 3-year anniversary.
Which
it's
we
insane.
Can't believe 3 years have already gone by, and we're so excited to keep
amazing.
making Happy Hobbit.
We're not gonna stop. Just because the movie stopped, that doesn't mean we just
we're still
die
alive.
like everyone else. No,
we're still alive, so
yeah,
sort of.
We're pretty alive.
But anyway, we have a very special guest with us today, and in fact, he's not here yet, but
we can make some tea or something. But
is that him?
I don't know.
Hello?
Am I in the right place?
Yeah,
is this where I'm supposed to be?
This, yeah.
Oh, and we're doing it right now. Okay.
Let's go for it.
So yeah.
Sure.
Why am I here? Where am I?
Well, if you get lost, just
you can
look
just
at the map behind you.
Oh, there we go. Now
You might be familiar with it.
Yeah, there we
a little
go.
bit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Daniel Falconer.
Hi.
Otherwise known in some places as an elf.
Well, I tried. I tried.
You may have seen him as an elf in a certain film.
If you were my grandmother and I pointed out the exact spot and paused the video, not that I've done that, well maybe I have, to point out where I am, I was an elf once. And I tried to be an elf again, but it didn't
Were you an
work out
elf at
so
Helm's
well.
Deep?
Yes, I was an elf at Helm's
Did you die?
Yeah, I did die. In
You
fact,
did?
Yeah, I did. Well, there's a shot of me alive, and I'm right next to Aragorn, and he's like, Causeway, and I'm the elf next to him that shoots my bow. Very expert manner. And then later on, I'm a dead elf, so I guess something happened in between.
Oh no.
That's a little...
But clearly it was false, because here he is right now.
It's just like we're supposed to be dead, so it's apparently we're all just, you know...
I tried to be an elf in The Hobbit too, but
really?
like they were like, okay, we have 30 elves, and you can be one of them, and we want to put you at the back, and you have a hood up, and you face away from camera, and you run out of frame. So I was that good.
You were...
Didn't make the cut.
You were just too good for the go.
But anyway, no, my real job is I work at Weta Workshop, and I'm a designer, and I've been there for nearly 20 years now, 19 years this month.
Wow,
and,
congratulations.
Yeah, no, it's been cool, it's great, and I've got to work on amazing projects like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, and basically live in Middle-earth and work there, which has been cool.
And what were some of the designs that we could see on screen that you were responsible
So we all
for?
work as kind of a team. So we work on each other's stuff and that sort of thing. So it's hard to claim credit for any one thing, but there were a few that were based mostly on drawings that I'd done. So I can lay claim to those without annoying my workmates. I kind of did. So Sting was one of mine. That was one I was really super happy with because that turned out beautifully.
Yeah, it did.
And thank you. And then Treebeard was something that I had a lot to do with. So I did the designs that Peter chose for Treebeard, which was super exciting.
Oh, that's
and
so
some
cool.
of the other ents, and then some of the elven armor at Helm's Deep that the elves wear there. That was based mostly on some drawings I'd done, and yeah, a few other things. Yeah, it's good fun.
Awesome.
And what's some other stuff you might do?
Okay, so now, so on the Hobbit, after design duties finished up, I started doing a lot more writing for the company, and so I now write behind-the-scenes books. This is one of them.
Woo. This is Smaug,
This is
Unleashing
Smaug.
the Dragon.
Yes, which is one of a series of books. The main books that I've been writing for the last 2 or 3 years are called The Hobbit Chronicles, and there's 6 of them, and the last one comes out this November, which is The Hobbit, Battle of the Five Armies, Chronicles, Art of War, and it's a white book. It's got Oswald on the cover in case you want to look it up.
Cool.
But yeah, there's a series of 6, and they look behind the scenes at all the art and design, and then other aspects of production behind.
And
the
we've
scenes.
got most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to hook you up with the rest because it would not be right if the Happy Hobbits did not have the whole series. So I'll sort you out with the
Thank you,
rest.
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We love the ones that we have, and if you guys don't have copies of them, I really recommend them because
Look 'em up.
there's all kinds of designs that weren't used in the films. So
That
you,
are
for
super
example,
cool.
some of my favorites are the Beorns.
Yeah. There's some neat Bayon stuff. I mean, that's kind of why I wanted to do them because I love looking at art books and I love looking at the designs that were offered up that didn't make it, and I want to hear why the director didn't choose them and why why he chose the ones he did. I always find that really, really interesting, and also just to hear. The stories that come about when you've got a bunch of people all passionate about Tolkien in a room, and their job is to come up with designs for the film. It's interesting hearing how those designs come up with and what the thinking is, what the crazy ideas were, what could have been, what might the film have looked like if the choices had been different. And that's super fun. So it's the
And
Yorkshire
also,
trust me
it's
to
just
tell the
beautiful
stories.
art.
Yeah, I
It's an
know.
opportunity
Some of them
to
are
look
amazing.
At
Oh
this
my
gorgeous
goodness.
The
Yeah, we have
Galadriel ones are so cool.
We have some artists working in our team that just, I mean, quite apart from John Howe and Alan Lee, who are, the gods of illustration, and we're amazing people to sort of apprentice under. Some of the guys in our group, like Nick Keller and Paul Tobin, Gus Hunter, I'm going to miss somebody, but Andrew Baker, Jeremy Bennett, back in Lord of the Rings days, Jamie Bestwarwick, Lindsay Cromit. I mean, there are so many, and going right back to my buddies, Ben Wooten and Warren Mahi back in Lord of the Rings days too. Just incredible artists, and so cool to sit in a room with those guys and nerd out about Tolkien every day.
So were you a Tolkien fan before?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mother introduced me to the books when I was about 12, and
That's awesome.
I
That's a
always
good age.
hoped that one day I could get into film and television and maybe work on those if they ever got turned into a film. And cut to coming straight out of art school, and I got a job at Weta, which I was super excited
That's
about.
so
and
cool.
I was hired to work on King Kong. This was in 1996, but then the film fell through. And I thought, oh no, my job's finished, and my boss was like, no, stick around because we've got some other films coming up, and the film turned out to be The Lord of the Rings. And I thought, wow,
No big deal.
how lucky am I to be
Right?
here? So
Fulfilling
that
your
was
childhood
amazing.
dream
Yeah.
right out of school.
Super lucky.
So awesome.
That's an elf's life for you.
It is.
Yeah,
An
I
elf
guess-
who forged
I guess-
Sting on paper.
Here we go. Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I consider myself super lucky, and so as a Tolkien fan, I think it's fun now to make that world accessible to other fans and tell them stories and bring them along on the journey with us.
Super
Which has been
cool.
great. So thank you guys for carrying the torch of fandom for everybody as well.
Oh,
keeping the
my
spirit
pleasure.
of it alive.
Of course.
We don't know how else to operate, really.
Yeah.
That's
It's
right.
kind of just become I don't know, part of us.
Yeah, when you're into a fandom for that long, then it does become a part of you, and you don't even notice. And you don't notice it until you meet people who are like, "What's Lord of the Rings?" And they're like, "I don't really know if I can even talk with you."
No.
Like your
No, we
brain
have-
is
we
so
have-
different that
No frame of reference anymore. I'm sorry.
Exactly. If I say Gandalf and you're gonna ask me what, then I don't even know what to say.
or you meet someone who does like Lord of the Rings and you're like, oh
But
wait,
it's-
let me gauge how obsessed you are before I
Yeah.
Before I unleash
Where are
myself.
you on the level? If I throw out some character names, you gonna
Right?
know them all? Yeah.
Are you gonna
yeah.
know where
true
Beorn
test-
lives?
The true test is always, oh yeah, I've seen that guy's work in the behind the scenes, or blah blah blah. Oh, I remember how they made that.
Yeah,
Right,
Because
yeah,
if
yeah,
someone's
yeah.
watched the extended,
and you're like,
Oh.
okay.
And those extended edition DVDs, the documentaries on those are amazing.
So good. I remember us
Oh.
watching those like years ago.
I mean, I watched those. I worked on the films, but I watched
You were in
those,
them.
and yeah, but there's
He
stuff in
died.
there that I didn't know about. I mean, I hear about stuff for the first time on that, and watching those, and that's super fun to watch.
Yeah.
Those were the work of my friend Michael Peller, and he's the guy who's behind all those beautiful DVDs, and he does such
That's
a good
awesome.
job.
well, we
Call out to him.
so much.
They're so good. We used to watch them all the time.
We've watched every single behind the scenes feature.
Well, the hope is always
Multiple
that they will be inspiring to other generations
They
of
totally
other
are.
artists and other people who are passionate. Because if there's one thing that the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit was, it was, regardless of how the films turn out, whether you like them, hate them, whatever, it was a group of artists, literally thousands of people, all with diverse disciplines and skills, all coming together to work on one creative endeavor together.
Yeah.
And that is cool. That's
Yeah,
worth
It's
celebrating.
amazing.
That's
In one
exciting.
love of something.
Yeah,
Like, that's
and
awesome.
whatever it is, that's still just a really cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
That's what we
awesome to
love.
be a part of.
Also about the One Ring is that we've made friends that are
Yeah.
human beings that
Right.
we never would have encountered or even spoken to
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
not for this mutual.
And going to conventions
yeah,
and stuff in
love
general
of
too.
fandom.
It's like where we met you.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
right. Yeah, and now
Our
here
first
I am
Comic Con.
in your home, in your bedroom, recording
Yeah.
a video.
Yeah.
That's not creepy at all.
In fact, I think it's time for you to go.
All right,
You did what we
Yeah,
picked you to do.
All right.
We,
Bye bye everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I
Can
can
we,
get going.
get
Okay.
Just a polite way
Alright,
to say
I-
that's
Did you
enough.
did you
I
call
understand, I
the
can
did
take
you call
the
the taxi or the eagle?
Yeah, I call Gandalf's like
Eagle,
whipping
please. Wait, is that
Okay.
a moth? I think that's a moth.
Okay, good.
That's his text.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he doesn't stop talking. He just keeps talking and talking and
that guy.
talking. I'm
Like who? What's a smoog?
I don't even know what a smoog is, and he really thinks we're happy hobbits. Like, this is ridiculous.
Can we leave? This
Isn't
isn't my
like
house.
a hobbit? I don't like it. It's not my house.
I don't live here.
What are you doing?